Yeah, if there's nothing incriminating in the file, sir, why not? Why are you acting as if...
Quiet.
Why are you acting as if... Why
Hello and welcome back, and thanks for choosing to hang out with your host, the Conservative Bird, and me, Double D, and you're on the Brick Road Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. We really appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out. And before we get into everything, please make sure to hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, and smash the notification for us. So, Double D, it's crazy that this Epstein stuff is just lingering and lingering and lingering. And hey, finally we're going to get the transparency that everybody wants. But I have a feeling that when it's all said and done, it's not going to prove anybody's mind one way or the other. Everybody's just going to say, oh, this was done, or this was done, or this was done. So it's more of a damned if I do, damned if I don't moment for Trump right now, in my opinion.
Well, I'll say this, Bird. They had 4 years under Biden, they had the Congress, they had the Senate, they had all that, and they chose not to release those files. Now they want to release them because they're hoping that Trump's on it. So they're actually throwing all of their eggs in one basket in hopes to get something on Trump. And I think they're gonna fall on their faces with this one because unless they look at anything like the fact that, like he said, they were friends and then they weren't friends, and he kicked them out of his resorts for 15 years ago, and that's the last he talked to them. So maybe they were friends, I guess, but that doesn't mean that he was part of it. And how are they going to prove it anyway? What he's going to be in the files? What the girls have already said? The girls already say that he wasn't in it.
Yeah, well, a lot of the girls say that he had nothing to do with anything, and they've never seen him on the island. I don't know if all of them said it. I know that the ones that have came out, the ones that did, but they don't think it's weird. Like, okay, so these girls already have a list. They've already made their faces shown, as when they were younger and now. Why not just put the list out? Those people already see that you're on TV saying what you're saying. You might as well just put the list out at this point on your own.
I don't think they can, Bird. I'm telling you, there was probably NDAs signed and stuff, and I'm positive there were non-disclosures that were signed when they were paying people off years ago. There's probably some legal precedents, which is why it's going to take an act of Congress to do it.
Yeah, so
I don't think the girls can just do it. I don't think they can.
So Trump's constantly getting grilled every single time that he's in front of a camera lately about this, and to me, we got a top 3 moment right here in Trump against the media. This is like a final boss moment, finish him moment right here. So I don't know if anybody's seen this yet. I know you did. I did a million times.
Let that clip roll, Bird.
Venezuela, sir, you've had a lot of meetings on Venezuela. I know you can't tell us what your next steps will be, but can you say, have you made up your mind on what you...
Oh, wait, sorry. We gotta go back a little more.
Incriminating in the file, sir, why not? Why are you acting as if...
It just goes off. Quiet, piggy. Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
You can see it.
It's funny every single time, Double D. It's literally the same amount of funny every single time.
I do find that what's interesting is the look on his face. Like, you can tell he is just genuinely done with the media. Like, the only reason he's talking to him is because he has to. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and then he basically cuts him off halfway through.
I mean,
anyway.
Look at this. He's meeting with the what is this? The Prince of Saudi Arabia or whatever. Yeah, the Crown Prince. And they grill him about the Epstein shit. Like, dude, we have people from foreign countries in here. Wait till they're gone to ask him these questions.
Oh, the media's not going to do that, dude.
It's pathetic, dude. It's so pathetic.
Honestly, I think they take pride in getting ragged out by President Trump. When he comes down on them and calls them piggy or says they're fake news or horrible reporters, I think it gets them, like, probably get some points and credits when they get back to the office.
Oh, I thought you were saying like they might have a secret fetish or something about it.
One other probably is that too. I wouldn't be surprised if they're, somewhat, what is that, a masochist or a sadist?
I don't
Is
know.
it a masochist that likes pain, right?
Yeah,
they like people doing inflict pain on them. Well, our media loves it when the president inflicts pain on them, but it's also, they wear it as a badge of honor. It's the whole victim thing, dude. It's Democrats can't help themselves, dude. They just love being the victim. True. They love it at every level of life. That's why I could never be a Democrat. I'd be ashamed of myself if I was a Democrat.
Yeah. So here we got the Saudi Arabian Crown Prince visiting. And like I said, for some reason, they decided to grill him about Epstein in front of the Saudi Arabian prince instead of just waiting until he's gone.
I don't know. Mr. President,
that was all about
Congress
embarrassing
the Epstein
or
files?
trying.
Why not just do it now?
It's not the question that I mind, it's your attitude. I think you are a terrible reporter.
It's true.
It's the way you ask me.
I really do think that is terrible journalism. It really is. I'm sorry, it's terrible.
Dude, it's around the clock. It's nonstop. Like, literally, since he came down that goddamn elevator in 2015, the media has been on him like a chicken hawk, dude. And they're not even coming up with the worms. I mean, they just keep coming up empty every time. You think after 11 years of being humiliated, they'd be done. But nope. They're always back for more. That's the Democrat Party for you, man. They really are the party of victimhood. And the more they look like the victim, the happier they are.
These questions, you start off with a man who's highly respected, asking him a horrible, insubordinate, and just a terrible question. And you could even ask that same exact question. Somebody psychs you over at ABC, they're going to psych it.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, they get credits.
You're a terrible person and a terrible reporter. As far as the Epstein files is, I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert. But I guess I turned out to be right. But you know who does have? Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, who ran Harvard, was with him every single night, every single weekend. They lived together. They went to his island many times. I never did. Andrew Weissman, I hear. All these guys were friends of his. You don't even talk about those people.
Yeah.
You just keep going on the Epstein files. And what the Epstein is a Democrat hoax to try and get me not to be able to talk about the $21 trillion that I talked about today. It's a hoax.
Yeah.
Now, I just got a little report, and I put it in my pocket, of all the money that he's given to Democrats. He gave me none, zero, no money to me. But he gave money to Democrats.
Yeah.
And
trying to buy their influence in the government.
Dude, he was definitely buying tons of influence, and that's why he had him out at the island, because they figure if he got them dirty old Democrat men to bang some of them young girls, then he'd be able to hold that over their heads too. And, obviously he's not around to hold it, but you know what? His efforts have not gone unrewarded, because here we are. What has he been dead for, 6 years now?
Yeah. Yep.
Is that how long he's been dead, Bird?
Yeah.
So he's been gone for 6 years, and we're still talking about files. You got a woman serving 20 years in prison who's already said that Donald Trump wasn't part of anything like that. So again, they're like a dog chasing its tail.
Yeah. Well, let them chase it, because eventually they'll get tired, or they'll just go away.
people are wise to your hoax, and ABC's your company, your crappy company, is one of the perpetrators. And I'll tell you something.
So why not just sign it now?
I think the license should be taken away from ABC.
I agree.
Because the news is so fake and it's so wrong. And we have a great commissioner, the chairman, who should look at that. Because I think when you come in and when you're 97% negative to Trump, and then Trump wins the election in a landslide, that means obviously your news is not credible.
Right.
And you're not credible as a reporter. So
exactly.
You should go and look at the Democrats who received money from Epstein.
Your news is not credible. It is very not credible.
And they do need to go look at Epstein's Democrat friends. I would chase the money, follow the money trail. Those that he donated to, I guarantee you they're on that list. I guarantee it. She's going to be on that list. This fucking woman right here.
Speaking of Democrat friends, we have Delegate Stacey Plaskett, a Democrat from the Virgin Islands, who in 2019, that now it comes out from now that Epstein things are coming out, she was in the middle of a trial with Michael Cohen, who was Trump's lawyer back in the days, correct? And
yes,
grilling him about Trump, getting messages from Jeffrey Epstein, coercing her in what to say to him, right? So how is it possible, mind you, it has been 6 years because this was in 2019, so it's been about 5 years, 4 years maybe since he's been passed.
Oh no, it'll be 7 years in February.
Okay, so she was getting text messages from Jeffrey Epstein, coercing her on what to say to Michael Cohen to try and get him in a gotcha moment about Trump. But now it's all coming to light. This is something in the dark that is finally coming to light, and they just want to ignore it. But we'll show them really quick. Well,
wait, you know what's not a coincidence though, Bird, right?
What?
Virgin Islands and Epstein Island weren't that far apart.
No, they were pretty much in the same vicinity.
In Chicago, he commented that only black people could live that way. Attorney-client privilege, yes, I will turn it over.
You, as my friend Mr. Meadows pointed out, misled this committee even today in a written submission that contradicted yours.
This is how dumb this bitch is. She probably thinks he's talking about the coronavirus.
Oh, yeah. Even though it's a year before it happened. But
yeah, they probably all knew about it already.
You have suggested you were going to review that. Did you review? Are you going to review it in our next break to correct the record, yes or no?
Yes.
Question, you helped out the president's campaign or were involved in the campaign as a representative, as a spokesman, even in your words today, it was your idea for the campaign dating back to 2011. Is that
That's
accurate?
his assistant.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Weisenberg and...
So you guys see the text messages that that are documented that she was getting from Jeffrey Epstein. You've seen what he was coercing her to say. Let's see what she asks.
Other individuals, Ms. Rona. Who are those individuals?
Wow.
Are they with the Trump organization?
Fucking wow, dude. Fucking wow, dude. So he is coercing her in wanting to ask about Michael Cohen about Trump, but somehow Trump's at fault for all of this. I don't understand it. I want to finish listening to what this.
Well, dude, all they ever were about was trying to take Trump down. Literally, both of his presidencies and the 4 years in between have been about Trump. That dude's got the Democrats living, living rent free in their heads. He's got them right on the finger.
Right on the finger.
Is the chief financial officer.
You got
I hate this fucking guy.
Such a nerd.
So we can get to them.
Yes, ma'am.
He looks like a dick with ears.
Ms. Rona, what is Ms. Rona's position?
Rona Graff is Mr. Trump's executive assistant.
And would she be able to corroborate many of the statements that you've made here?
Yes, her office is directly next to his. And
Good work.
She's
Good work.
involved in a lot that went on.
Wow. So which means he's watching it live at that point, and he's commenting on it.
He was probably watching it on C-SPAN at the time.
So isn't it funny? We got our favorite ghetto Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett stepping up to the plate for her friend Stacey Plaskett, right, or whatever her name is. So it's funny that it's okay because she's a Democrat and she's allowed to cooperate and coerce with Jeffrey Epstein on what to say and how to say it and who to ask about and what to ask about. But it's not okay for anybody else to do it if they're not a Democrat. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense.
Dude, the Democratic Party's been that way forever. They've always been a one-sided. They want to be a uniparty.
Yeah.
The Democrat Party has always been about controlling everyone else.
Right.
Especially those that they can't.
And
they're like that mother that has no control over their kids. And because the kids are grown up and out of the house.
And this retard is literally a prime example. I'm going to show you guys.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you
that's
so
our
much.
Jazzy.
This is a distraction to take
Good old
away from the
Jazzy.
fact that the Guardians of Pedophiles is literally trying to protect pedophiles. The president is a convicted
Really? Like your friend right here who is trying to protect a literally PDF file, a literal one that was named Jeffrey Epstein, who went to jail, who owned the island. Right here, the one who was text messaging with them. Why do you not say
that's over
nothing to
here.
her?
That's her over here. That's the one behind her.
No,
Alaska's sitting right.
No, it's this lady right here.
Oh, well, they actually look a lot alike.
Yeah,
I think I think it's the big ass glasses.
It probably is. So why not grill her about that then? You're literally sticking up for her for something you're complaining about. It doesn't make any sense at all.
It's not supposed to make sense. If it made sense, Americans would be able to figure it out right away. But it's the whole, they're keeping everybody on edge by not making any sense, by being complete jackoffs.
Yep.
That's the game plan. The game plan is to always keep us having to be a step or two ahead just to keep up with their lies.
and an accused sex offender. Stacey Plaskett hasn't been accused of either.
It doesn't
so what
matter.
are we actually here talking about? Trump and
Well, it's
Epstein
accused of
were
that's
besties.
obstruction.
We've all seen the pictures of them. We saw the birthday book. So why are y'all more interested in talking about Stacey Plaskett than Trump's relationship with the man? When did y'all
Because
become...
Stacey Plaskett was breaking the law. That's why.
It's very simple, right? Number one, Jeffrey Epstein was a financial advisor for billionaires. Of course, he's going to be around billionaires, and he's going to be around millionaires, and he's going to be around a bunch of rich people. Number two, Donald Trump wasn't text messaging, or he wasn't. Jeffrey Epstein wasn't text messaging Donald Trump while Donald Trump was examining a witness in a case against him, and it doesn't make sense. There's no logic in what she's saying, but these people will just go with it, right? Donald Trump was not text messaging, or Jeffrey Epstein was not text messaging Donald Trump during a case, right? That's the whole difference between everything that's going on right now.
That's the biggest difference, actually. I mean, what they were doing is obstruction. I mean, when she was breaking the law while doing a interview of of Michael Cohen, or that's his name, right? Michael Cohen, right? He's the old lawyer. So they're cross-examining him, and Jeffrey Epstein is giving her the questions to ask. Dude, that is like illegal. Plaskett should be in prison for that.
Yep.
Or at least disbarred from her law degree if she has one. I'm not sure what her credentials are. She's never been important enough to me to take the time to look, but I'll find that out shortly enough. But she should probably lose whatever those credentials are, and she should probably be removed from Congress.
But we know
obstruction of justice is a crime.
But we know ghetto fabulous Jasmine Crockett. She's just going to defend her every step of the way. Just she's got that D for dummy in front of her, so let's hear her defend her some more.
So moral, because I can remember when y'all wouldn't sign the discharge petition. All of a sudden, everybody wanted to vote for this, but you wouldn't sign the discharge petition until we decide that we are going to go after the actual rapists and pedophiles. Miss me with your moral high ground.
You have
Folks
no morals.
who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team dig in very quickly. Mitt Romney, the NRCC, Lee Zeldin, George Bush, Win Red.
Oh, she got the Lee Zeldin one wrong, by the way.
Yeah, in fact, you know what? We could find that really quick.
Well, no, it wasn't Jeffrey Epstein. It was a whole different
I
Epstein.
know.
It wasn't Jeffrey Epstein. She hasn't retracted her statement yet, but the New York Post and the New York Times and the Daily Mail,
he responded to her.
Everybody else is retracted to her. He responded. What did he say it was from again?
He said right here, he said, yes, Crockett, a physician named Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, who is a totally different person than the other Jeffrey Epstein, donated to a prior campaign. No freaking relation, you genius. Yeah, calling her a genius is light work. She is very far from a genius. Actually, the opposite of a genius.
I think that was the point he was trying to make.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was definitely demonstrating the absurd with absurdity and sarcasm.
Right. So
we all know Jazzy's not that bright. I mean, she's just not. She could talk the talk, but she can't walk the walk.
So Trump's
count it.
Trump's calling for everybody to release the list. He's calling for all Republicans to vote on it. If the Democrats are so in love with it, like they're saying they are, then hopefully they'll get enough votes and this shit can all be put to bed. But Trump had a little bit to say about it.
Overnight, a major reversal from President Trump.
I don't care about it, released or not. What I think you should do, if you're going to do it, then you have to go into Epstein's friends. This Reid Hoffman spent a lot of time on the island. I was never on his island. Bill Clinton is the one there supposedly 28 times.
Trump last night making his new position clear. House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide, and it's time to move on from this Democrat hoax. It comes ahead of tomorrow's.
I 1000% agree.
Now there are going to be a lot of women who have non-disclosures or have new lives and don't want this past being brought out. Well, that's too late for that now because they voted on it today. You said in the House, right?
Yeah. They already voted on it in the House yesterday, I believe.
Okay, so they're waiting for the Senate today then.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be done soon.
I mean, the way it was explained this morning on the Glenn Beck show that the Senate was likely going to be a unanimous vote for yes.
Well, that's good.
They were worried about it making it through Congress, but apparently that was an older interview that I listened to because obviously it's already made it through the House. So
nice, yeah.
Did vote in the House on a bill that could force the release of all of the Justice Department's files on Epstein. The lead Republican co-sponsor of the bill says more than 100 Republicans may support it.
You will have voted to protect pedophiles if you don't vote to release these files. The record of this vote will last longer than Donald Trump's presidency.
Trump this weekend attacking his former ally, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, calling her a lunatic and a traitor after
I call her Marjorie Trader Greene.
Well, she's not going to be gone too long, dude. She promised those women when she came out that day. Remember, we played it on one of our episodes. I think we played it on a Brick Road Live or something. But where she came out when the women were talking about they had their own file list.
Yeah,
and she came out afterwards and basically promised that she was getting those. So her credibility and her ability to keep her word actually rides on this.
Yeah.
I mean, you understand that, right?
Yeah.
Supported releasing the files.
I believe the country deserves transparency in these files, and I don't believe that rich, powerful people should be protected if they have done anything wrong.
Greene saying since Trump's attacks, she's received multiple threats, saying this puts blood in the water and creates a feeding frenzy, and it could ultimately lead to a harmful or even deadly outcome.
I don't think her life is in danger. Frankly, I don't think anybody cares about it.
Trump says he...
Well, I would disagree with that statement. I know he's trying to minimalize her, dude, but she has a loyal constituency. You know, I'm just being honest. She's not in our state, so I mean, all I care about is that she votes with the Republicans 90% of the time, and I'm good. But I understand her position on this one.
Yeah, I mean, you do what you do.
I mean, I also think that it's probably moot and pointless at this point.
Right.
Because all they're going to do is nobody else is going to jail. They could all forget about that. That's not going to happen. All you're going to see is it's all going to come out as when they finally were, okay, we suspect this one, or we suspect that one. It's just going to ruin a bunch of careers of a bunch of old guys who honestly should have retired 10 years ago anyway.
Yep. So,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm glad that all this stuff is going to finally be put to rest. We're not going to have to hear about it anymore, which we're probably still going to have to hear about it because they're still going to find something to not shut up about. The liberal media is going to constantly dig these Democrats deeper and deeper and deeper in their holes, and it's just going to happen. And it's kind of fun to see, actually.
Here's one thing you got to remember, Bird. These Epstein files have basically been a slow news coverage thing. Every time there's slow news or nothing else going on that most people would give a shit about,
yeah,
the Epstein files come back up again for weeks at a time.
Yep.
So like when Charlie Kirk, was assassinated a couple months ago, that you didn't hear about the Epstein files for 4 weeks.
Right.
When Ozzy died, you didn't hear about the Epstein files. When Ace Frehley passed away last month, right after Charlie's birthday, you really didn't hear about the Epstein files. But now here we are again. We're back in another. We're back at a slow news thing right now. So nothing more important is happening.
Yeah.
This is their go-to.
This
is the media go-to.
I agree.
I mean, I would say it's probably lazy on their part, but what are you going to do?
That's true. So, like I said, hopefully nothing but good comes of this. Hopefully, the files get released. We have full transparency. We know we're not going to get full transparency. We already know that. Like, this is the government. This is the government we're talking about. You're expecting the government to tell you they're going to give you full transparency? Really? Okay. But we're going to get it. We're going to get as transparent as it's going to get. And that's all that is.
I suspect what's going to come out of this list is who they're willing to throw under the bus.
Very true.
From the Democrat perspective, from the Republican perspective, it's going to end some Republican careers because we kind of look down on that shit.
Rightfully so.
We look down on that, especially amongst our leaders.
I don't care what they are. I don't care if they're Democrat, Republican, atheists, Jews, Christians, Muslims. I don't give a shit. If they're doing it, they need to be held accountable.
That's right. If they're chomos, they should be held accountable.
Exactly.
For sure.
So I think on that note, we're going to end it. I just want to thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with us. I want to thank God most importantly, because without him, none of this is possible. And I'd like to thank my friends and family and thank Double D.
Thank you very much, Bird, for making this happen every week. Also, just a little reminder, guys, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, smash those notifications, and share it with your friends. And most importantly, our audience, as always, thank you for sticking around. And I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for allowing me to be here with this message again today. And with all that, good night, y'all.
All right, everybody, have a good one. Peace.